Oh, now it says live.
Yes.
Okay. Hello, everyone.
And I need to check it. Hey, everybody. Comment below if you're here. Let us know you're here. Let us know you're here. Ah, it says it's having trouble connecting. Hold on.
Okay. Sometimes it takes a little bit.
Let me make sure. Hey, everybody. As you're jumping on, comment below with your name and so we know who's here. Say hello to us. And we're just making sure everything's working. It's thinking about it.
We'll take it. We will take it.
It's still thinking about it, so let's see.
While it's thinking, tell me where I'm supposed to stream this because I cannot figure it out.
Bear with us, everybody. We're getting there. We're getting there.
I'll show you, Susanna, in a minute.
Okay.
If you go to her Monday Night Live,
we're not live yet. I mean, we're
live,
live, but it's not showing yet.
That's okay. There's a little button at the top that says Watch Party. It's
okay.
It's right underneath where it has everyone's like who to invite.
Right.
So we should be able to click that, and then it's going to ask you where. You're going to say group, and then you're going to put it in your group.
Okay, hang on. Watch party right there at the top.
Yes, do you see it?
Yes, where there's like if I wanted to post something.
Do you say that again?
Like at the very top where I would post something if I wanted to.
Yes. On top of that, every phone's different. So I have an Android, but it should say it. It should say watch party.
Okay, now it came up and said videos.
Say that again.
Now it popped up and it said videos live. That's what I'm looking for, right?
Well, you know what? Give it a minute for it to stream into Monday Night Live because I want to make sure if it's the top button or if there's going to be another button.
Yeah, because right now it's got a Trump thing on there. I don't want to stream that.
Okay, we're all getting an Amber Alert. I'm getting an Amber Alert. Well, happy Monday, everyone. Happy Friendship Day.
Okay, y'all, we're about to start. Just a second. Bear with us.
Yay.
Yes, happy Monday. Jump on. Hey, Berlin, we can't see you. Let me see if I do this.
There you go.
Can y'all see Berlin?
Yes.
Yeah. We're all here. I want to see.
I can't see her for some reason. Oh, wait, it kicked us off. Okay, hold on.
Oh, no.
I think we need to have a practice sometime.
Well, I think that sometimes it takes 10,
let's try
up to 10 minutes to go. So everyone knows it takes time to stream. Yay. It's going at the same time.
Having trouble. This is often caused by unstable internet close to your router. Consider using Ethernet. Okay. For some reason, I'm having. Huh?
It's going to YouTube and Facebook at the same time.
Hold on.
I'm gonna
Hold on, let's see.
I'm gonna post on mine that
It's what?
streaming. Yes.
Okay, we're having comments on here.
I made a comment. I told them to be patient. We're working on it.
Okay, so let's just get started. I don't know why it keeps kicking me off. It's kicking me off of Facebook, or it's kicking me off of maybe
YouTube?
it's. Are y'all showing that? I think it's kicking me off YouTube. Hey Celestine. Hey Carla. Good evening, Nadra.
How do you see people? I don't see people.
Oh, click on live comments.
Live comments. Oh, thank you. They're there. As my friend says, always the user.
Yeah.
Yay.
Charlotte Glennis, yay.
Hello, everyone. We see you. Hopefully you
It
see
said what?
Yeah, really. It says we're live now on Facebook.
Hey ladies. Okay, just a moment, and we are. It keeps like not letting me go live, but we are live.
Right.
Okay, so let's just go ahead and get started, and welcome everybody to our Flawless Finish. Thank you for bearing with us with electronics and internet services and everybody using it all at the same time. So here we go. Antoinette's going to start us off at the very top. We're talking about our foundations tonight.
Yay! Hold on, I'm trying to click for all of the directors. Just go ahead and click watch party. Oh, it should be able to stream. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna just get. Oh, yay! Watch party. Start. Okay, hold on, guys.
Antoinette's mic is muted.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay, awesome. Okay, I'm just gonna. So, do you want me to just go ahead and get started? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So, Ashley, did you want to do an introduction, or am I just getting started? I think I'm just going. I'm gonna go. Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy hashtag Friendship Day.
Yeah, let's go, girl. Let's go.
Go. Okay, good. Yay. Okay. Happy Friendship Day. I'm so excited because I'm with all my girlfriends. Hello. I'll introduce myself. My name is Antoinette Stanton. I live in Murphy, Texas. I don't even have my own zip code. We're really kind of Plano, Murphy, Texas. And I'm excited to start out with foundations. And the reason I'm excited is because I was always super duper scared of foundations and what to do with foundations and what foundation to use and all of that. And so first, I want to try and introduce you to a tool that is going to help you with your foundations. So I'm going to share my screen, so can they see my screen, Ashley? Can anyone see? Do you still see me or do you see my screen? Hello? Anyone?
Right now, I just see you.
Oh, okay. So
Right now, I just see you.
okay, so I'm going to talk you guys through this. So obviously, right now we are all, we don't get to see everyone, and so I love our company because on the marykay.com or on your website, there is something that's called the TimeWise 3D Foundation Quiz. And so this quiz is the way that you or your consultants, you or your customers can get ballpark of where they need to be with foundation without you being there with them. Yay, Mary Kay, I love it. So when you log on, and we will kind of give you directions on how to do this later, or a link later how you do it. But when you go on marykay.com, you'll take the quiz. And what the quiz will do is it's first going to ask you, what shade do you think that you're in? So are you kind of bronze? Oh, I'm going to cancel streaming. Okay, there we go. So it's going to kind of ask you, are you kind of in the bronze area? If you're in the bronze area, are you a light bronze, a medium bronze? And you can kind of get yourself in that area. Once you get into that area, then the Mary Kay quiz will ask you a couple of questions, which is, we all know as consultants, it's very important to not only know shade, but to know, does your skin burn in the sun or not burn in the sun, which will give us our undertones. So with this quiz, it's going to kind of put you where you need to be. Then from there, I am going to post on Ashley's page, or give to Ashley, a conversion chart. And that conversion chart is going to take you from, Mary Kay says you probably one of these 3 shades, and then you'll be able to take that number and recommend throughout all of our foundations. Yay! So the beauty of Mary Kay is that we have several foundations to choose from. And we're all different, and some of us like a little bit more of a coverage or a little bit of less of a coverage. So I'm going to go ahead and just go through our foundations. So I'm going to start out with my go-to item. This is the Mary Kay CC cream. This is always on my face. Always, always, always. This is my CC cream, which is, I guess you could say, a very light coverage of a foundation. But what I love about it is that it also has 8 different benefits to it. So I don't know how many of you know CC cream, BB cream. It's kind of all the same thing. But when we talk about the CC cream, it protects your skin. This actually has SPF 15. So that right there, I'm like, yay. So even if I'm going outside to garden, I got to put something on, some kind of covering. So this is SPF 15. It also brightens my skin, which we love that. It looks shiny and bright, but it corrects. Oh, this is the hallelujah for Antoinette, is correcting. So it corrects. So it's like correcting some of those flaws that I had. So I love that. It minimizes redness. So if you, like for me, I got to tell you guys, my nose, sometimes it turns out to be Rudolph. And I like minimizes the redness and helps with that. I use it as an all over concealer because it conceals wherever it needs to. It hydrates and it reduces the signs of aging. Ah! So all of that, guys, in one little itty bitty tube. And so the CC cream can be used by itself, or I actually use it as my base with my next foundation I want to talk to you about. So here we got the CC cream. So now I'm going to move to the TimeWise 3D foundation. Now, I love this foundation because anything that does a couple things at the same time, more importantly, this has anti-aging in it. So it works in conjunction with our skincare products to help you have the best anti-aging products out there. Now, what I love about this foundation is it comes in so many different varieties of shades of color, of undertones, that I challenge you to actually not to match you. Did you guys hear that? I'm challenging you. So I love this foundation because I am able to match everyone. Now, you have a choice. You can have a matte finish or you can have a luminous finish. So I love this because Maurice always makes fun of me. So I always talk about luminizing myself because I have dry skin. So I love the luminous finish. And I'm going to tell you, because it's 12 hours of moisture, humidity and sweat resistant. That works. It includes our 3D complex, which comes also from our skincare that we learned last week all about. It instantly makes my skin feel nice and bright, but it contains a light reflecting mineral, which is so awesome, which makes my skin. Have you ever tried foundation and you're like, I may look good, but I feel terrible? Well, that's what I love about the luminization of this foundation. My skin feels amazing the whole 12 hours. And more importantly, it won't settle in my fine lines and wrinkles. Yay! But I always tell everyone when I put this on, I look like J-Lo. You guys know that she still looks like she's about 20. So I love this. I always use her as an example because she loves to look dewy. If you like to look dewy, then that's the luminization. Now let's move over to the matte finish. If you would like, which anyone that's oily, they typically don't like to look dewy. So if you pick the matte finish, it delivers 12 hours of oil control. So it's controlling your oil. It's so funny. The first time I tried the matte finish, I felt like somebody was on my face going like this, like soaking the oil out of my face. So if you're oily, you love that. For me, that's why I kind of mix it with the CC cream because I have dry skin. It also helps with humidity, but it contains our amazing anti-aging. And so I will tell you, with this product, sometimes I use a dewy look, sometimes I want a matte look. I kind of mix and match them, but isn't it awesome that we can do that? It's so versatile. Next, I want to move into our cream to powder. So I don't know if you've ever had a customer that says, I want a little bit more coverage, Antoinette, and I want to be able to have a different flawless look. This cream to powder has been around in Mary Kay for a while, and there's a reason that it's still the same formula because it is flawless and beautiful. You can layer it to have the look that you want with the cream to powder. So it is non-transferable. It's not going to transfer anyway. It's non-drying to your skin, but it gives you that flawless look. Now, I got to tell you, using this with you're going to hear more about the tools from Demetrius, but putting all the different tools and putting this cream to powder on, plus this stays in my pocket for just in case I need to touch up. Girl, doesn't this look cute? I just pop this baby out, touch up a little bit during the day. Look fabulous. I love it. And then the last thing that I'm going to talk to you about that's in our foundation line, but I'm going to tell you, Suzanne's going to tell you more about our mineral powder foundation a little bit later. But I want everyone to know this is not like a loose powder. This is a foundation. This can stand by itself on its own. I do not want to take away her thunder, but I have to tell you that there's another company out there, and we don't talk about other companies that has a mineral powder. I'm just saying, you want to try ours. It, again, will give you that flawless look with the awesome tools that Demetrius is going to kind of show you. And so, I just want to, I think I have it here somewhere. I wanted to quickly show you guys, if you're a consultant, I'm going to post this chart. And this chart is going to help you with if someone uses one foundation over the other, it's going to help you with converting them from one foundation to the other foundation, which is awesome. So those were all of our foundations. And now I'm going to put it over to my girlfriend that taught me how to put this look on. Who always looks flawless, even in the morning. Hit it, girl. What tools do we use to have the flawless look?
All right. Good evening, ladies. Good evening. And I must say, Antoinette, you look absolutely gorgeous. I love this makeup that you're putting on. You rocking, girl. Look absolutely gorgeous. So Antoinette talked about the different foundations. And so one of the things I want you guys to do is if you got a pen and paper, take it out because I want you to write 3 things down. So you want to choose your desired foundation coverage. Okay, so Antoinette talked about all the different foundations. Now you need to choose which foundation coverage that you want. So number 1 is sheer coverage. Do you want a sheer coverage look? Do you want medium coverage? Or do you want full coverage? Okay, so now we're going to put in perspective what Antoinette talked about into these 3 categories. Under sheer coverage, your CC cream, as Antoinette has already said, is under sheer coverage. Also, mineral powder is under sheer coverage. And also your 3D foundation, because you can layer it. So if you want sheer, you may only put on 1 coat of the 3D foundation, okay? So the next coverage is medium coverage. Again, 3D foundation falls under medium, because now, again, you can layer it. So you may want to put on 2 layers so you could have a medium coverage look. Your third coverage is full coverage. That's medium coverage, Time-Wise 3D, and also the cream to powder is going to give you your full coverage look. Okay, so now that you've decided, hey, this is the foundation coverage, now you need to take a look at the tools that you're going to use in order to have a professional look. Okay, so we can't just use one brush and think we're going to have a professional look. It doesn't work that way. And so think about going to your dentist's office and he only uses one tool to do a number of treatments on you. It's not going to work. Okay, so the same thing goes for your brushes. There are specific brushes to have a specific outcome. So number 1 that we're going to talk about is your liquid foundation brush. This gives you the sheer to medium coverage. So if I'm using my CC cream, I am going to use this liquid foundation brush. And all I'm going to do is just pour a little here, and then I'm going to use it, apply it all over my face. You're going to get much more easy application when you use a brush. Now you can use your fingers, but I tell you, this is just more professional, less messy. Okay. Then if you want, again, to have more of a sheer to medium coverage, you want to use the sponge, okay? So again, you may apply the foundation on top of the sponge, kind of dab it, and then kind of pat it in. You want to pat that foundation in. Again, this is for sheer to medium coverage. You can definitely use a sponge to make sure that you get that coverage that you want. Now, if you want, again, full coverage, you want to use this baby right here. This blending brush, I'm going to tell you, it is the bomb. And actually, I'm doing a photo shoot tomorrow, and this is what I will be using to apply my full coverage, because I definitely want to hide any flaws for the camera. And so this is the brush here. So this brush here has, you know, a dense, I forget what you call these, just the brushes are very dense, and that's what's going to help ease on your foundation with this brush. Okay, I use this brush actually every day. So all of our foundations, you could layer them to go from sheer medium to coverage, and this is my go-to brush. Out of all the brushes, I prefer this brush. It's just the bomb. And so Mary Kay has a brush collection, $55, and there are 5 brushes in the brush set. So we have the all over powder brush. This loose brush here, I use this for my translucent powder. So once I've kind of gotten all my makeup on, I put the loose powder on here, the loose translucent powder on here, and then I just make broad swipes on my face to kind of set everything, okay? So this brush is awesome. It's so fluffy, feels good on your face. So that's one. Then we have the 3-in-1 cheek blush brush. Okay, so there are 3 angles here. You want to enhance, sculpt, and highlight. So I will dip this little, I don't know if you can see it here to the side there, but you see the angle? So when I want to do my highlighter or my contour, I will start with that angle, dip it into my contour color, and then just kind of make a short little stroke there for my contour. And then when I want to highlight, put the highlighter on, I take the tip here, dip it into my highlight color, and then I'm going on the apple of my cheek. And then I use the entire brush to put on the blush color. So I may dip it into some pink and then just make circular motions going up. But you have 3 angles to this brush: your contour, your highlighter, and then the full blush color, okay? This is a really good 3-in-1 brush. The third brush is the all over eyeshadow, and this is what I use, especially with our cream color eyeshadows. This is what I have on tonight. I take out my little gold cream color, dip it, kind of dab it around my eye, and then I use this brush to blend it all over. So I only have on one color tonight, and this is the brush that I use to get that all over look, okay? And the 4th brush is the eye crease brush. This one adds dimension, and it adds the contours. So if I'm trying to get here to make a line here, I'm going to use this contour. And even right here up under my eyebrow, if I want to put color there, I'm going to use the contour brush in order to get that definition, okay? And then lastly, we have the eye smudger. And this is what we use, ladies, to get the smoky eye look, okay? So once you have your eyeliner on and you want to put like a dark brown or a black color, I use this brush to give me that smoky eye look and to transfer that color all over the bottom of my eyelid. So here is your smudge brush for the smoky eye look, okay? So again, our brush set has 5 has 5 brushes, okay, for $55. You guys need, as consultants, as color consultants, you need to have your tools in order to be able to consult your customers, and also in order to be able to make sure that you have a professional look, so that people will say, hey, who does your makeup? And you say, I do. I'm a Mary Kay consultant. Okay, so make sure that you have your tools. And the last thing that I'm going to say is, in addition to all your tools, you want to have your brush cleanser. Okay, after every application, you want to spray your brushes with this cleanser. You want to just take a paper towel, or even a towel that you have, and you want to just kind of dab it to get some of the color off. And if you do this every night, then it's just okay just to use the spray and then just kind of get the makeup off of it. But on the weekend, when you have more time, you want to soak these brushes in order for you to keep the life of your brushes. You want to put a little Dawn or some type of dish detergent, something mild, put it in a little cup and sit your brushes in there and let them sit for like 30 minutes to give it a good soaking, okay? But for everyday use, after you use them, you can just use your brush cleanser. That will suffice for everyday cleaning, okay? All right. I am going to turn it over to Miss Verlin, and Verlin is going to take us through some primers. So Verlin, turning it over to you.
Thank you, Demetrius. Oh my goodness. I have 3 things I want to talk about. And the first one is to prime or not to prime. This is a product that is a must. Okay, so I look at the primer as being, when you paint your walls at your house, you always prime your walls, right, before you paint. It's the same thing with your face. So listen to what the experts say on this product. All on the skin surface helps the upper layer of the skin to retain water and protects the skin from environmental causes of dryness. It can also give skin a greasy or a sticky feel that is present several hours after cleansing. Mary Kay, oh, I'm sorry. That's the All Mattify. Oops. See, anybody can do that directly. Let's back up. Okay. Let's scratch all of that. All right. So, very few of us have perfect skin, right? Not even models. That's why primer is a must-have product if you want the most flawless look possible. It's so unique that it has a patent-pending, all-free formula that can be used with all Mary Kay foundations. So I was still correct on what I said about your walls. You prime your walls before you paint them. You prime your face before you put your foundation on. So listen to some of the highlights. It perfects the skin as it enhances the foundation benefits and extends the wear. It helps to reduce the appearance of pores, fine lines, and wrinkles, and other skin imperfections. It is patent pending as well. All-free gel formula that is mineral enriched to absorb oil and diffuse light for skin perfecting benefits. So I know Demetrius is going to have this on when she has her thing on tomorrow, when she does her photographs, because this is a must. Mm-hmm. It dries fast to a lightweight matte finish, and it can be used with any Mary Kay foundation. All right, so here's a fact that you need to know about the foundation primer. Foundation primers have been a secret of professional makeups artists. A secret. You know why? Oh my goodness, because it gives those models and celebrities a flawless looking skin. Mary Kay Foundation Primer Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 15. It perfects the skin as it enhances the foundation benefits and extends the foundation wear. In fact, some women that tried the product believed that Mary Kay Foundation Primer Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 15 help foundation maintain an acceptable appearance. Are you ready? For 9 hours or more. OMG. Okay, so this can be applied after your moisturizer. It's very lightweight. It glides on effortlessly and it dries quickly. So who is the target women for the foundation primer? Well, target women would be women who are looking for priming benefits for that flawless look. 74% of women do not use a foundation primer. So consultants, I know you're not in that 74%. You have to have this foundation primer. Another target customer are for women who currently use eye or lip primer, and they want the same benefits for their face. Women who use any and all types of foundation, including all Mary Kay foundations. And women and men who want a smoother, more flawless looking complexion, even if they're not wearing foundation. So yes, you want to get your foundation primer. All right, next will be the one that I jumped the gun with, and that is the All Mattify. Okay, so all on the skin surface helps the upper layer of the skin retain water and protects the skin from environmental causes of dryness. It can also give the skin a greasy, a sticky feel that is present several hours after cleansing. Now, true story, I had a customer who told me that her face was always shiny. She was like, oh my goodness, everywhere I go, I mean, no matter what foundation I use, it shines. So I said, girl, you got to use the All Mattifier. And she did. And guess what? This can be used underneath your foundation or on top. Let me tell you, she called me and said, oh my goodness, I wore this and not one time did I have to dab my face. It worked marvelously. All right, so give you a little benefits about it. As I said, it instantly absorbs the oil and it controls your shine for at least 8 hours. Okay, so if you're that person out there or you have customers out there who have oily skin, this is the one product that you want to highly recommend for them. All right, and the last product that I want to talk to you about is our wonderful makeup finishing spray by Skin Denusia. Now, our product marketing says that certain occasions demand that you look fresh and just applied from the beginning to the end. For those times, you need a secret weapon that keeps celebrities picture perfect long after they have left the makeup artist chair. So what I love about this, you guys, you spray this on your face, and I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute. And it will keep all of your foundation in place. So what I love about this product is that it feels completely breathable and it works on any skin type. It keeps your makeup looking freshly applied for hours. It washes off as easily as it applies. It dries quickly and it never, ever feels sticky. So here's a fact that you may want to remember. That a finishing spray is also a great refresher any time of the day to keep your face feeling cool, so you can feel free to spray it throughout the day. Some of the benefits of it, okay? One of the customers said, "This is the best product I have ever used to hold my makeup in place." In fact, 88% of women agreed that it even worked great holding their makeup on in their T-zones. And here's what else we had to say. 94% said it kept their makeup looking fresh, applied for hours, and it felt completely comfortable and completely breathable. 92% said that it helped to avoid their makeup meltdown. Now, living in Texas and the weather can get up to 110 degrees, you don't want your makeup to run. You want to make sure that your makeup is held in place. 86% said that it made their skin look smoother, and 80% said it kept their makeup out of fine lines. So who is this product perfect for? I would say everybody. But it's for any woman who wants to get her makeup that staying power to last for hours, such as special occasions, a long day followed by a night out, or just too busy for touch-ups. It's also for women who are looking for a great refresher any time of the day. So this is how you apply it. You shake the bottle. You hold the bottle about 8 to 10 inches away, and you spray your face 2 to 4 times in the X and then in the T. And you let it dry. Okay? It is a great product, you guys. It's dermatologist tested. It's all free. It's clinically tested for skin irritancy and allergy. It's color fast tested, so it won't stain your clothes. So make sure you have in your inventory the foundation primer, the all mattifier, and the wonderful finishing spray. And with that, I turn it over to the one and only Ashley Rango. Take it away, Ashley.
Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
She's muted. Okay.
Okay, now can you hear me?
Yes.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Yes.
So I get to talk about, do what? Y'all can hear me? Okay. So I get to talk to y'all about one of my favorite products is under eye corrector. And so, sometimes you don't know which one to use, whether it's concealer or under eye corrector. So I'm going to talk to you about concealer versus under eye corrector. So for my ivory beige skin tones, under eye corrector is for you because we have these bluish dark areas when we have dark circles. And so under eye corrector is what it looks like. And it's a peachy color. And so what it does is it counteracts that blue color. Because on a Pantone wheel, on the Pantone color wheel, peach is actually the opposite color. I'm going to, everybody can echoing. Okay. So I on the Pantone wheel, the blue is here at the top and peach is its counteracting color. And so that's why Mary Kay made this peach. So let me put my glasses on for a second. Let me read you a couple things. So why you're going to love this under eye corrector is because it's going to help wake up tired looking eyes. Who wants to wake up tired looking eyes? I'm always about that. And so it's in a peach shade to color correct those bluish purple tones that I told you about underneath your eyes. And it adds just the right hint of tint to ivory and beige skin tones to neutralize those dark circles and brighten underneath the eye area. So it makes you look more awake. And it gives you a wide awake appearance. Plus, it layers beautifully with your skin tone concealer. So if you feel like you need a little bit more, those dark shadows are going to be gone. So I'm just going to show y'all on one eye. And okay, I'm going to show y'all the brush too. Demetrius was talking about with the concealer brush. And so I love this application because it has a doe foot applicator. And so it makes it easier to pinpoint place it. So I purposely didn't put any on tonight so that you could see. And so I'm just going to place it. You can actually place it exactly where it is because you really don't want to overdo it. So I tend to also have darkness in the inner part of my eye. And so I'm also going to put it in there to highlight those shadows. And you can blend it in with your finger, but I'm just going to tell you that it works so much better if you use the concealer brush and put that in there. And y'all are going to see this eye like get so wide awake. And I didn't have a camera. I didn't have a mirror. So here, let me grab a mirror real quick so that I can actually see that I got it blended in. And so with this eye, so you have the concealer brush, you just kind of tap it in there and you really want to blend it in. And you do this before foundation, after foundation with the under eye corrector. Just FYI, you want to do it after foundation. And so can y'all tell a difference in my eyes? Isn't that so cool? Like you can see the difference. Like this one's so much more brighter and wider awake than this one is. And you would have never known unless I put that on there. And so I love the under eye corrector for that purpose. And then the Perfecting Concealer, it almost looks like the same thing, but it's with your skin tone. So this is for any skin tone. Let me find the right place. So we have from light to dark. We have a light ivory, a deep ivory. We have a light beige, a deep beige. We have a light bronze, and we have a deep bronze. So there's a shade for every single person. With concealer, you don't want to get. There's a lot of myths about concealers, meaning that you have to have a shade that's way lighter than what your skin is for it to make a difference. You actually want it to match your skin shade. You don't want it to be so drastic that it looks like you've got raccoon eyes. And so let me just tell you a little bit about our Perfecting Concealer. So it is a lightweight formula, and it allows you to conceal and camouflage creamy. This is what I love. Crease-proof coverage, y'all. Have you ever had concealer and it was kind of thick, and so you saw every single line and wrinkle in your face? So it was really like you were hiding all the darkness underneath your eyes, but then you look like 10 years older. So this also, our concealer has a light diffusing technology that helps blur out the appearance of fine lines. Hallelujah. Because like I said, a lot of concealers, even the ones Mary Kay had before, you would put them on, and then sometimes if your wrinkles were deep enough, you could really see it kind of caking up in there. And so I love this new formula because it's very lightweight, and because of that light diffuser, the light diffusers that it has in it, it actually bounces off of there. And so you don't see the fine lines and wrinkles. And also hides the appearance of redness. So if you tend to have redness in your skin, and you can be ivory beige or bronze and still have some redness in your skin. And this really helps cover it up. And I can just tell y'all, like, I have redness in my skin, and you can't see it right now because I have concealer on over it with our 3D. So you do want to put under eye corrector and concealer on after you put your foundation on. So you want to put your foundation on first. Then you can use our concealer brush. You can use the doe foot applicator to get precise application. And I'm just going to show y'all here with the concealer what it looks like. So you can tap a little in there. And the reason you want to use brushes and the doe foot applicator too is because the eye area is a very, the skin's very thin. This is really hard to do backwards on the camera. I feel like I have two left hands. And so you want to be really gentle with your eye area so that you're not pulling and tugging on the skin. And when you do that with a brush and you use your doe foot applicator, it helps you not pull and tug because you're just tapping it into the skin, and it's actually staying there. When you're using your finger for foundation application or for concealers, you always want to use your ring finger, but when you use your finger, the concealer and foundations mixed with the oils in your finger, and so you're you're actually picking up some of the concealer and under eye corrector when you're tapping it in. You're actually picking some back up on your finger, and with a brush, you can just lightly touch it, and so you're keeping all the application is still on there. Everything that I put on there is still on there. And so I've got under eye corrector on this eye and then concealer on this eye, but it makes such a huge difference. I mean, I even have some customers who don't wear like full coverage foundation. They'll put concealer on and just put some powder on, and it looks beautiful on them because that's their only problem area is just underneath their eyes, just hereditary or not getting enough sleep. Or I always tell moms, especially that, you know, have smaller children when they're not getting much sleep, I'm like, under eye corrector and concealer, y'all. It will make you look like you got 12 hours of sleep. We might not be able to cure it, but we can cover it up and make it look like you did get that much. And so how does our light diffusing technology work? I thought this was really cool. So consultants, you know, on Product Central, they have these print off. You should really like read some of them because I haven't read them all. And I was so shocked at some of the things it said. So how does the light diffusing technology work? Because that's kind of cool. And it says light reflecting makeup blends tiny mineral particles and they reflect light away from dark spots, wrinkles, and blemishes. So if you have problems with sunspots, which I'm working on curing some by really exfoliating and doing all the tone correcting and serum C and everything, but I like to just put it, you know, on the side there, and then you can just blend it in. I usually do it with a foundation brush, but it just makes your skin all one color. So when you're using a concealer, you want it to be your color. Like you want it to look like you don't want it to look like you have these lighter areas. And so what happens with that light diffusing is it becomes like a soft filter on a camera lens, where it blurs the appearance of minor imperfections when you have that softening filter on a camera. That's what our concealer with the light diffusing technology does. It blurs all those minor imperfections like blemishes and dark spots and things you don't want people to see. It blurs all of that. And so the key to it is, so you apply foundation, then do your under eye corrector. But again, under eye corrector is only for ivory and beige skin tones. With bronze skin tones, you want to just use the concealer that is closest to your skin color. So with our light bronze, we got that, or we have our deep bronze. And so that will help cover, because on ivory beige, our circles tend to be a bluish color, and on bronze skin tones, it tends to be a darker color, not a blue, but like a brown or a black even color sometimes. And so that's why we don't use the peach with it, because it's not going to counteract anything. You actually want to cover it up, and that's what the concealer does. And so I love these two products because they also give you lasting coverage. And if you're using the tools like Berlin was talking about with the makeup finishing spray, you're going to have that all day wear on there, and you're not going to be able to see those dark circles. They're not going to be able to peek their head through. And you're going to be able to. So if you have not ever tried concealer, I would encourage you to. Both of these products are under eye corrector and our concealer. They are both $16, so very affordable. And I can tell y'all, this is my own personal concealer and under eye corrector, and I have been using both of these for probably over 8 months. Like, you only need like 1 or 2 little tiny drops of this concealer or under eye corrector, and so this is a product that's going to last you a long time. So if you haven't ever tried them, I would encourage you to try it and see what you think about it, especially consultant. It can totally change your whole look. I mean, look at my eyes. My eyes just completely woke up, and y'all didn't even know my eyes freaking woke up. Well, maybe you did. You just didn't tell me. But you can see now they are so woke up. But another reason why you don't want to use a much lighter concealer underneath your eyes is because when you, like if you're taking a picture, like if you're going to a photo shoot, when the flash hits, have y'all ever seen those movie star pictures and it looks like they have white around their eyes? That's because they use too light of a concealer. And so that's why you want to use a concealer that is more on almost exactly your skin tone. So now I'm going to turn it over to the fabulous Suzanne, and she's going to tell us all about our powders and how we can use those to just completely set everything and finish it off. So take it away.
Well, hello, ladies. I get to talk about our pressed powder, our loose translucent powder, and our mineral powder foundation. And I love all three of them. So the first one is the pressed powder, and it comes in this little container, so you can keep it in there if you want, but it is much easier and more fun and glamorous if you put it in one of our palettes. So this is our palette that it just snaps right in there. And you can add your color look to it, or you can use the empty spot for your compact powder brush, or you can put a highlighter in there, or it just holds lots of things, but it just works really well if you have it popped in there and you can carry it with you, because this is great not only to set your makeup in the morning, but also to touch it up during the day. It provides really sheer coverage. It's very lightweight. It blends real easily, and it feels really lightweight and silky. It is dermatologist tested. It's safe for sensitive skin. It is oil-free, so it helps to absorb any excess oil that you have, but it doesn't dry your skin out. It just feels really silky. And the woman that's going to use that wants a smooth finish after she puts on her foundation, or if she wants just a really light finish, she can use just that. She wants a matte finish, and she wants something to absorb the excess oil. So that's great for all of those things. And you just use your brush and just sweep it across your face. And you really want to go down with your brush, and that way it lays those little hairs down around your face, so it gives you a smoother finish. So that is the pressed powder, and it comes in 6 colors. So we've got 2 ivory, 2 beige, and 2 bronze, and the powder is 16. If you put it in the compact with a little compact brush, then the complete set is $38.50. Of course, our compacts are refillable, so you don't have to get one of those little cheapy compacts with your powder every time, like some places sell. The next one that we have is our translucent powder. This is probably my favorite. The translucent powder is a very fine white powder. And I know when it first came out, I didn't want to use it because I thought, I'm not putting white powder on my face. But it doesn't matter if you are very fair or very dark. It works on all skin tones. On all skin tones. It feels wonderful. When you put it on, it just gives you a translucent look. Really not shimmery, but just kind of a glow. But it doesn't look white on your skin, no matter what your skin tone is. And so it's a very fine powder, and you want to use it with a loose powder brush. And it has little a little plastic container on the lid that has holes in it, or on the top that has the holes in it, that you can open and close. And so when you first get it, you want to open those, put the lid back on, shake it upside down a little bit to put some powder up here. And then you want, and I should have a brush here, but I don't. You just dip it in there, kind of tap the brush on the side so you don't have an excess. And then you do it the same way. You just kind of go across your forehead and then down. And that way it lays everything down, gives you a really fine finish. This is great if you really don't want to wear a powder, but you want to set it, because it's very lightweight. Again, it's suitable for sensitive skin. It's fragrance free, it's oil free, it's non-comedogenic, it's dermatologist tested. All of our powders are. And it just takes the guess out of having to figure out if you have the right powder shade, because it's going to work on everybody. It keeps the shine away all day, and it really helps to finish your foundation, give you a finished look and set your foundation. So that is 16. The loose powder brush is 16 also, so you can have that complete set for 32. And then the last one that I want to talk about is the mineral powder foundation. And it is also a powder, but it's also a foundation. These other two are just powders to kind of control the oil and set your foundation. This is a foundation in its own right. You can use it with one of the other foundations if you want to just have a little more coverage, get a little bit more excess oil, have a little bit more color. You can also use it by itself. It has what we call buildable coverage, has what we call buildable coverage. So you apply it all over, and then if you feel like, you know, you have maybe need a little bit more here or a little bit more right across your nose, then you can add more to it without it looking like you're caking your powder on, because you're just building it, but it's very fine so it doesn't cake up. This powder goes on a little different, because what you want to do, again, it has that same little thing inside. This one's clear so you can see it, and you just twist it to open it, shake the powder up in there, and then you'll take your brush, get a little color, tap it off, and then you want to start in the center of your face and go out and then down your nose and out, just like you do your foundation, because you don't want to just go down with it. You want to make sure you get good coverage with it. And then once you have it all on, then you do want to kind of go down on the sides if you have those little fine hairs, as most of us do. And unfortunately, as we get older, I've discovered we have more of them. So you want to make sure and lay those down. Because that is an actual foundation rather than just a powder, we have several colors. There's a total of 12 colors. We have three ivory, 4 beige, and 5 bronze. So there's lots of colors to choose from. And one of the things that I like to do with that, because I wear sunscreen, but I tan really easily, so I get darker in the summer. And as I'm going from one foundation color to another, you know, I kind of have different color in there, and I'll put a little bit of that on top of it in a darker color or a lighter color in the fall to kind of even out my color, so that I'm you know, looking the right color all the time and being how I want it to be. The women that are going to select this powder are probably the ones that do want a little bit more coverage. So they want that buildable coverage, and they also want that matte finish. And this product is transfer resistant. So if you put it on and you hug somebody, it's going to stay on your face. It's not going to get on their clothes. And I love that about it. So those are all 3 of our powders. You need all 3 of them in your bathroom because you have different needs. And I love every one of these powders. So you need to have them on your shelf. You need to show them to your customers because they are going to love them as well. So, okay, that's what I have. I'm going to turn it back over to the audacious Ashley. I don't know where she is.
Let me unmute. All right, ladies and gentlemen too. Okay, let me see if we can get on there. There we go. All right, I'm going to bring everybody back on screen so that y'all can show them some love. And if you learned something new tonight, make sure you comment below so we know that what we're giving you, our goal is to add value to everyone that comes on. And so thank y'all so much for joining us tonight. Thank you for bearing with our technical difficulties too. It just shows you that you can be a director too, right? And you don't have to know it all. We're learning. Learn as we go. We're all learning. Yep. And so I hope you learned something tonight. Join us next week, because next week, mute your thing. Next week is Wow Brows and Sensational Eyes. So I know I'm bringing my pen and paper because I know I'm going to learn a lot from all these ladies for next week with our Wow Brows. And you're going to see how important Wow Brows are. And how important your eyes are and what it does for your face when you don't have one of those 2 things. So y'all have a fabulous evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, ladies, for helping me put this together. I've had so much fun doing these with us. We've got 2 more weeks of Beauty Academy. But join us next week for Wow Brows and Sensational Eyes. Y'all have a fabulous night.
Bye.
Bye. I think we're ended.
Are we off? Oh, goodness.
Okay, let me make sure we're ended.
Yes, please do.
Oh.
It still shows, let's see. Still shows we're live, so hold on.